Hi, welcome to Atheist Encounter Podcast. Do you want to know about atheists and their encounters? Then you're in the right place. Alright, so stay tuned as we are about to embark on a journey with another atheist.
Hi everyone, my name is Farbest. I am the host of Atheist Encounter Podcast. Okay, so with me today I have a guest on the show. I'll let our guest introduce herself.
Okay, my name is Riah from Nigeria. So good day everyone. I'm so excited to be in this podcast. So thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Ria, for that introduction. And again, without wasting much time, we're not gonna go ahead straight to the podcast proper. Okay. Yes, Ria, can you tell us a bit about yourself? When you were religious, how was it?
Okay, I was brought up and born in a very religious family. So I was always someone who was interested in knowledge, interested in knowing things, because I was always curious. And I can't remember, but there was countless times that I normally take some Bible verse to my pastor to make me understand it because I was finding it very confusing. But when I was growing up, I started seeing this Bible verse that talk about submission, how sin entered to the world through a woman. So I felt like, why is God have so much hatred for a woman? Why women are being seen as weak vessel? So that was the moment when I started being like, what is this religion of a thing? Is just control and not empowerment. So with time, I was now asking questions. It felt scary the first time because it was like something you were familiar with. You want to step out of it. So I was like, what if God will be angry with me? What if God will judge me? But I didn't really like where I would go to church and what my pastor would be preaching about how women are weaker vessel, how is the men, all this kind of stuff. So it so much affected me that I hated being a woman. It was very serious. Like I hated being a woman. I was like, why God created me just to be a man, inferior. So that was the step of when I started being like, this religion of a thing has not really helped me because I suffered from low self-esteem. I was not self-confident and a lot of stuff.
Now that you are irreligious, how has your people treated you, like your friends, your colleagues at work, and your family? How is the treatment over there?
Well, it's not easy. At work, others, my friends, my colleagues, they try to preach to me to see if they can convert me, to change my mind, because they believe I'm confused. Then as for my family, they are still doing the same thing, telling me, you have to go to church, you need God. Especially when I'm facing life challenges, they just assume it's the spirit of disappointment, so you need God, and they don't really understand that it's okay for we humans to face life challenges. It doesn't mean there's anything wrong with us, it's just life. So it's a lot of confusion, but I stick to myself because I know the reason why I stepped away from church. And the few months that I've stopped going to church, I can say there is a lot of progress in my life than when I was religious.
All right, thank you, Ria, for that. I'd like to know, what do you love about now? I mean, your new lifestyle or your new life view. What do you love about being irreligious?
Wow, it's interesting. Being a religious girl, I suffer from people pleasing, which I learned to put others before me. So, but now as a religious person, I begin to see that it's okay for me to have boundaries. It's okay for me to say no. It's okay for me to take care of myself. And being religious have made me understand what is called empathy for others. When I was a religious person, I was very judgmental, criticism. When I see somebody is not living the life I feel they should live, I begin to condemn. But now that I'm not a religious person, I begin to see everybody as unique. Whether their lifestyle is okay with me or I don't like it, as long as they are happy with it, I don't have problem. So being irreligious have really teach me how to love people for who they are, how to respect boundaries, how to be okay with people telling me no, and how to celebrate diversity. So which I didn't learn when I was religious, because it's either if you don't believe in what they told you or you don't follow the laws, you're gonna be punished. The people that are doing it are all believers, their souls are going to be condemned. But now I don't condemn people, I just celebrate them and just say, wow, this person's life is unique. Wow, I wish them the best. So being religious has really helped me to respect and love people for who they are.
Oh wow, and that's true. That's true because being irreligious actually, broadens one's view of life. You know, you're not limited to a particular scope, except of course you are not somebody who is open-minded to learn. Anyways, thank you so much for that response. And I would like to know, do you have some regrets? Do you have some regrets leaving religion in any way at all?
Oh, I don't have any regrets, but I have a regret going back because I know I will not be happy. One thing about truth is once you get to know it, it's hard for you to close your eye and deceive yourself. And if few years that I've stopped going to church and learning more about life, one thing I've learned is never to betray myself, never to do things I'm uncomfortable with because of to please others, which I suffered severely when I was a religious person, because brought up as a little girl, you were taught that if you have to be a good wife, you have to please everyone, you have to be good, you have to be nice, even if you're not okay with something, but you have to put others first. So right now that I'm no longer a religious person, I cannot do anything that I'm not comfortable with. So once I learned the truth about life, it's hard for me to betray myself. So I don't have any regrets of leaving religions. Rather, I'm even happy that I can able to love people, I can able to respect people, and I can really accept. Because I'm more accepting when I was very religious.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much for that response as well. If I may ask, what will it take for you to become religious again?
The only fear I have now is getting married. Because, most Nigerian guys are very religious. So when I tell someone that I'm an atheist or a humanist, they'll be like, why? Why don't you believe in Jesus Christ? Why don't you see the Lord Jesus Christ as personal savior? What if you are going to hell? Like, it's so crazy that people just judge that if you are not a religious person, you are a bad person, you don't respect. And the problem I found with some few religious people, not all, is that they are the ones that are very disrespecting and don't accept people because they are very judgmental. I've met an Hindu friends, I've met Buddhist friends, I've met people from other religions, and they are very, very respecting. They're very, very okay. So the problem and the fear I have is to get married to a man who will now force me to tell me to go to church. That is one of the problems that I'm scared of. So then when I'm meeting someone, I'll let them know that, see, this is me. Don't think when I get married to you, you come and be telling me, you have to change. If you cannot accept me now, just let me be. So that is one of the areas that I'm still finding it challenging. But I believe that I will meet someone who will definitely understand me and accept me for who I am. Then apart from that, I don't see any reason going back to church.
Okay. Wow. Your views are actually strong. You feel nobody can change your views about being irreligious. Okay, it's fine. Actually, I was supposed to ask about marriage later on in the podcast. I have a question about marriage, but then you've. I'll still ask it though, but let's proceed.
No problem.
Now,
Ask me the question.
okay, all right. I would like to ask this as well. What's your take on juju? Do you think juju actually works?
Well, I don't think it works. Although where I come from, we are very, very traditional person. I just feel those are laws that were brought by men because the laws are more favorable to men. So I believe all those juju traditions are mainly men's made because people came and say, okay, this is what we believe, this is what we want, and they accept it. That is the power of believing and acceptance. So I don't really believe. When you don't believe something, it doesn't work. So I may not disrespect people that have faith in juju, but me personally, I don't believe it.
So you mean jazz know the work, as in they don't fit jazz you with that. You know they work at all.
I want to work. When I believe it work for me. When I believe it doesn't work for me. And one thing about this juju and everything, it comes with fear. When you are scared, that is one thing, it has power over you. When you are scared, like the thing they work, people need to come. But you start getting hypnotized because this thing is all psychology. So once you believe it and your brain accepts it, you will think you are be charmed, where it's just you and yourself doing it. So you just fear. Once you don't have fear about anything, it doesn't work.
Yeah, but there some people claim that this is going to be funny though. Some people claim that there is this bulletproof juju they do, like when they want to go to war. I don't know about your place though, but in my place here, they'll be like, you need to go and get charm for protection. You need to go and get this for protection. And then you see them going to all these native traditionalists and they'll get some sort of protection. And when they go to war, they come back and they'll tell you that if not because of this that I did, I would have been dead by now. I mean, I don't know. What do you have to say about this? Is there any chance that this juju actually work in any way at all? Or you just feel it doesn't work at all?
No, me. I love to study humans. I'm interested in psychology because this word is all about psychology. It's all about what you believe. We as a human, we are very powerful beings because we are the one that creates everything. With your mind and your subconsciousness, you can create anything. So if they believe that thing is gonna work, it's definitely gonna work for them. It's all about what they believe. So, but for me personally, those things doesn't work because I've seen people that have all this juju yet they kill them and died, and they will say, "Oh, they did a mistake. Oh, okay, they chop okra. Oh, okay, they go touch smoke ashes of yesterday, so they make the thing fade." So I've seen it in my side. A lot of young men, they will go to Babalawo place and cut razor blade, do all kinds of herbs for them. And they believe it's gonna work. See it, they live in fear. I know about one man I know that he has all those things when we're living together. But at night, if we don't close the door, he will be shouting, close the door. I'll be like, what? Juju now, how come you dey fear say a quick go enter your house?
Oh, okay.
Thank you. So I really live with such a person. Let me say that he was living in constant fear and vigilance for his life, even when he does all those things. So I don't believe it works because if it really works, he will be self-confident and believe that nothing is going to happen. So all these are just fears that humans are trying to get over and looking for a solution to just not to be afraid. But still yet, they are still scared of their life. So I don't believe it works.
That's true. That's true. Okay. I think you've done justice to that. Um, Now that you are irreligious, where do you get your morals from? Religious people will be like, I get my morality from the Bible or from God, who created the heavens and the earth. So they kind of become moral because of what they read from the Bible. So now that you are irreligious, you don't believe in God, you don't believe in any religion at all. How comes, or where do you get your morality from?
Every human being is born to have morality. If you are good, you are good, whether you are a religious person or not. But for me, I got this morality from myself, because I have to go enough of self-awareness to really know some toxic behavior and the ones that I need to go away. So I got it from books, Latin books, from scholars, from people who really understand my point of view. Because I don't see why I will hate another human being or judge another human being. This world would be a peaceful place if there is so much love than hate. So I got it from humanists, because as a humanist, you must have compassion and empathy for people. So I got my morality from my fellow humans, not from Bible or from religious books.
All right. Thank you for that response. What do you have to say about this? What's your view on marriage?
Well, marriage is partnership. Partnership for me. Mhm. Marriage is two people coming together, learning about themselves. But it's so bad that it's in Africa has turned marriage to something that is not supposed to be. When one person feels in control by the other. And all those things stems from religion. Because when you are being religious, you feel okay. As a man, I'm the head of the house, so I make the final decision. So my wife is just there to submit to me. But the few years and the few class that I've taken with psychologists and marriage counselor, having a healthy marriage is also recognizing that your wife is also valued and important as you do. Now, maybe you can be very intelligent in terms of making decisions, and your wife is more manageable about money. She can control the assets and the money. Both of you has different way you guys are helping each other, but both of you are important. Because you make the decisions doesn't mean that you are above. So we should not go to the mindset of trying to dominate people, because when you are secure and you have high self-esteem, you'll not be looking for someone that you want to dominate. So it's only people that have low self-esteem are looking for people to dominate, because that's how they feel good about themselves and their ego. Someone who is very healthy is looking for partnership, not authoritative or be dominant. Because I've met people that are very dominant and believes that, man in their head. And I noticed that they all suffer from low self-esteem. They don't feel good about themselves. And I've also met people that believes in partnership. And I can say they are the one that is doing great, because as a woman, I'm using myself for example. If I'm dating a man that is very secure, I will respect the man. How come I will not respect the man? Because the man also respects me. But when it is now coming from one side, that is why Nigerian marriages are not ending up well, because the power is not balanced. So marriage is partnership. Both of them are important, because both of them are coming with one goal: to love each other. It's not slave or master. To learn about each other, to cherish each other, and to know more, to build a life. So I don't know why someone will marry someone and you see them as your enemy. You see them like, nah, this person is not part of me. I've seen a man telling the wife that you are not part of my family, that you come from another family. Then why do you marry the woman in the first place? That the children are the only one I know. The woman is not part of me. I just be like, hello. It doesn't work that way. So I think when Africans doesn't really understand the concept of marriage, we don't really understand that marriage is partnership. It's not about be dominant. You see some men will be like, I'm looking for a very dominant, submissive and good woman. I'll be like, are you good? So religion of a thing is not really helping marriages because it's making the power being imbalanced. It's making the marriage look like slave and master, teacher and student. And that kind of marriage cannot be healthy. There's a lot of divorce, a lot of fight, because we are not going to the mindset of what can I do to help her? What can I do to help him? How can we grow? How can we show love to another? How can we develop ourselves? So marriage is all about partnership. Oh. That's my views about marriage.
Okay, I get your view, and I think it's okay to a large extent. But don't you think in a marriage setting there should be, a head, somebody who is heading the family? Don't you think so?
In my own view, that one is just a social construction to make women feel inferior. Actually, both of them head the house. Because if the wife is not there, there is no family. If the man is not there, there is no family. So the respect should be balanced. Yes, the woman respect the man, but the man should respect the woman. It's just like a company. Like as a head personnel, we have nurses, pharmacy, med lab, and cleaners. We are wanting one goals for the betterment of our patients. The doctor is not complete without the nurse, and the nurse cannot function without the doctor. That doesn't mean the doctor is all great. No, that doesn't mean the nurse is all great. But we all have one common goal: to heal people, to treat people. So there's nothing like superiority here. All of us have one common goal. So that is why you see some men will be like, oh, my wife doesn't love me. And your wife will love you when you don't respect her, when you don't value her. Men wants to be loved. Forget about this one that they are not showing emotions. No man wants to enter a relationship and he doesn't feel love. Men has emotion. Same with women. So I think for me, there's nothing like head of the house. Both of them are all important because it takes two people to make a family, not one person.
What are a few things, or maybe two things or more, that you've done to promote religion, that now that you are irreligious, you feel, I wish I hadn't done that?
Well, I didn't stay long in a particular denomination. I always moved from one church to another. Because anytime I go to a church and I hear the preaching, I was really like, man, this thing doesn't feel right. So I'll go to another denomination. So even my friends were like, you stay from my church now. I'm like, not my fault. I'm not okay with this thing. Okay, I finally went to one that now put my eyes that I was like, no, religion is not for me. So that time I would preach to my friends. I did exactly what they are doing to me now. Try to tell them to believe in Jesus Christ because I feel like they are going to hell. God is going to punish them. That was when I would go to evangelism. I would got baptized. Like I had strong faith in religion until when reality hit me. Then I was like, no, I can be a good person and not necessarily not be a Christian. Like this thing is not helping me. So that is all.
Oh wow, that was cool. Okay. Away from that, let's talk about something else. How do you handle challenges when you are faced with maybe a very difficult situation that you cannot handle? How do you handle it? Religious people would be like, God is going to walk me through this. They kind of reinforce themselves with their religious belief, and they, move on. And even if it fails, they'll be like, okay, God didn't want me to get this, or that's what God planned for me. So how do you handle challenges and difficult situations as an irreligious person?
Well, let me start from when I was really start. Anytime I had any disappointment or frustration, I believe there is a spirit from my father's house that is disturbing me. I don't want it to grow.
Okay.
That's funny. Yeah, that is it. That is what I believe. I believe there's something wrong with me. Why am I not successful? So I go to church. I go and pray. Go and fast. Pray. Go for deliverance. Because I believe that for me, having failure and disappointment means I've done a big sin and God is punishing me for it. So I live with this guilt anytime I face life challenges. And my mom will be like, don't worry, be prayerful. God will see you through. I will start to pray. I will start to pray. And it was exhausting. And it was tiring. But this few times that I'm not a religious person, so there was a moment I experienced frustration and disappointment. And I could still hear that voice or that inner critic criticizing me. Because it's not easy to unlearn things that you have been brought up. It stores inside you. So what I now do is that I tell myself that it's okay for me to have challenges, that I'm a human. And frustration and disappointment doesn't mean anything is wrong. Because there is no person who doesn't experience frustration. Most great men have time with the people. But that does not mean that they are not. I mean that for me, for now, I now see it as a lesson to grow. When you don't fail, when you don't experience disappointment, when you don't experience failure, you won't grow, you will improve yourself, and you'll not be a better person. So I now have positive mindset towards those things than believing that there is this forces from my village that is affecting me. Me to grow. I can still remember my mom telling me that, are you not sure that God is punishing you for living religion? And I was like, so your God punish people? It's funny. It's really funny. So other people don't think that it's okay for people to have setback. That was what I was believing. Then I go for prayers, I will sow seed, I do all manner of things because I believe that there's something wrong with me. But now, I just cry, tell myself it's fine, and move on and learn my lesson. Before you know, start feeling better. So I now allow myself to feel the emotions. Because when you are very religious, it makes you to avoid your emotions and feelings. Because you will not transfer it to God, that God will be the one to sort it out for you. But now that you have yourself, you feel it, you learn your lesson, you improve yourself, and you become better than where you were before. So for me, failure and disappointments are just stepping stones to make someone there's nothing wrong with you. You don't need fixing. There's no power disturbing you. Life itself is hard. Life naturally is hard. But that is what makes life unique.
Yeah, actually, I got a lot from what you just said. People who leave their villages, go to the city center, they kind of are looking for something good to do to improve their living condition. And when they get there, they find out that things are rough. I mean, when I say rough, I mean rough. And they'll be like, now your village people, it's your village people that are pursuing you, they are following you, they are attacking you. They don't take the blame. They don't blame themselves. They would rather blame someone else. They'll be like, your village people are following you. Instead of them to, take the blame, look for where they failed and pick up and, make themselves better. They'll be like, it's somebody else that is making them, fail. And at the end of the day, they are going to create a platform for all these pastors to scam them by telling them, come for deliverance, come for all these things. And at the end of the day, they get scammed. So actually, what you just said now, it was spot on. Thank you so much for that response. What are you going to respond to this when somebody asks you this? What was your response? Like when they say, if you don't believe in God, then who created you? What would be your response to this?
I don't think I was created. I was born. My dad and mom met, and my mom conceived. Because working in the IVF center has made me to realize that there is nothing impossible for science cannot do. So I was not created. If my mom used drugs, I would not be alive. If my mom had miscarriage, I would not be here. She kept me. She gave birth to me and brought me up to be alive. With sickness and challenges, she made sure I was alive. So my dad and mom were ready to have a child. And they brought me. Even when I was sick, when I was still an infant, they nurtured me till I've grown up. So my parents gave birth to me. I was not created. So about the universe, see, life is deep. We turn to religions to give us answers. And still yet, we can never get the answers. Because that is how this life is. Sometimes I sat down countless times asking myself, how do we come from? Why life is just like a cycle, giving birth, you grow, you have a job, you get married, you have children, you die, you continue. Like it's just like a cycle. So for me, religion was created to answer those things because we humans were in need of answers. But the thing is that instead of me focusing on those things, I should look at my purpose. I should look at, okay, yeah, I'm already in this life. What can I do to make life better for myself and everyone else? So is this fears that brought about religion? Because humans are not ready to accept the reality that we all one day is going to die and we will not remember anything. To give ourselves hope. That is when we believe that when we die, we go to heaven, which nobody has gone there and come back to tell us how heaven looked like. So, that is it. I was not created. I was born.
All right, then. Thank you so much for that response. So, I think anyone who is asking that question should have gotten their perspective, changed by what you just said now. I think that was spot on. And I think I should ask my last question podcast today.
Okay.
It's going to be a funny one. I would like to get your views on this. Let's assume a particular God that appears. I don't want to mention the God's name. Let's say any God at all. Maybe a God that appears, what are some of the questions or some things you would like to tell this God?
I have a lot of questions to ask God. First of all, I will ask him, who wrote the Bible? How did you create man from the soil? Because last month when I was scrolling through my phone, science discovered some skeletons of humans. They were not like us, but they were humans. I think according to science, there were 9 species on Earth, but we Homo sapiens are the surviving one. Because some gene and some DNA is being traced to other people. Then I will ask God, but you say you created Adam and Eve. How come we have other 9 species that existed with humans? Where did they come from? So I will ask God that, is religion real? Are you the one that created it? Like, did you impose it that we must all be religious? Then I will ask God that, why is there suffering?
Why are there so many of the religions as well?
Which one is the truth? I'm confused. Which one are we going to follow? Which one is the authentic one? Because this one we say man is truth. This one we say man is truth. This one we say man is truth. Are you a God of confusion? So, I don't know anything. I have a lot of questions to ask him. Why are we different? How come we are not one being? But you say you created us from Adam and Eve. You created us from one particular period. How come we don't look alike? Why there is there diversity? How come we have millions of languages and we don't even understand ourselves? Besides, I read it that you confuse humans to have different language. Why? Do you love confusion? So you're not okay with humans having one language to understand each other? Like, I have a lot of crazy questions to ask you. Is Jesus Christ real? Did he actually exist? When is he coming back? Did Mary really give birth without not having sex with a man? How possible? So, if the God comes to me, I think the God have to sit down and really think about it before we answer my question.
All right. Those were brutal questions. I wonder how God will be able to answer those questions though. Anyways, yes, thank you so much. I really appreciate you for turning up to the podcast this morning. I don't want to take this for granted. I sincerely appreciate you for that. And all right, do you have something else to say? Maybe to our viewers. Do you have one last remark to make? Or we
Yeah, I have one thing for our viewers. Is that this world would be a better place if we learn how to be empathic and compassion towards one another. It's okay you don't understand someone's lifestyle. It's okay that you find some people's lifestyle annoying. But we should be less judgmental and we should embrace more love. Everyone. Because I need you, you need me to make this world a better place for all of us. So we should love more and hate less. Thank you.
Wow, that's a very powerful remark. Yeah, I do think so too. I think people should, outgrow what religion tell them, because I think, to me, religion is a sorry about that. I think religion is a tool for division. It actually divides people, separates people, includes people, So people should outgrow that and kind of look at humans from another perspective. Like humans should be, compassionate about other humans instead of, putting God first. Because once we put God first, we are going to treat other humans bad because God is already first. And there are so many things God said in religion that are actually nasty. Genocidal is a genocide. He kills people.
Rape women, do some kind of crazy stuff.
How do you get morals from such a great?
He's a very bloodthirsty God. Like, he derived pleasure in killing. Like, he killed a lot of people. He even came to Africa to kill all the firstborn sons. That one surprised me. And this is the same God that we serve. The God that came to Africa and killed all the first sons of the Egyptians.
You see, that's actually another weird thing. If we continue, we might not end for this episode. But then I sincerely appreciate you, and I think that does it for today. And we are going to call it off right now. Do have a great day, and peace out.